I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Laila McQueen's on the show today, and we talk about the TSA, bad breath, and the pregnancy pact. Shh. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh. Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta.
I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who knows the stars might lie, but the numbers never do. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta.
Go off, Delta!
Are you feeling lucky? Today is St. Patrick's Day, and I have so many questions about what we're celebrating and why we are celebrating and how we're celebrating. I guess I could just Google it, but I don't want to do any extra work. That's for someone else to do. I just have questions. Why are the Irish so lucky? What makes it so special? Whenever I think of the Irish and what the Irish have gone through, I think of wasn't there a potato famine? Or was that the Scots? I don't know. But either way, it doesn't seem so more lucky than anyone else. I do think of the idea of green and gold and a pot of gold and the rainbow. How come no one ever attacks Irish people for celebrating with a rainbow, but they exclusively attack gay people from every walk of life for having a rainbow? No one ever says anything to Irish people. Straight Irish people that want to have a rainbow, the rainbow with the pot of gold, the gold coins. I have all these gold coins in here. I had a hard time finding decor for the desk, and I have all kinds of decor, but I like it to look sort of reflective of the time of the celebration without being super campy. But everything in a St. Patrick's Day celebration is campy. Everything is a pot of gold and a rainbow and gold coins. Also, a leprechaun. That's why I decided to dress like this. I started to put this on, and then I started doing this hair, and I'm like, I feel like I am Winona Judd, No One Else on Earth, 1996. Like, that's the look, and that wasn't what I was going for, but I'm fine with it. I'm not going to get pinched today because I'm wearing green. And if you are wearing green to celebrate, go all out. Don't tell people, my underwear are green. My socks have a green stripe. No, wear the shirt. Every year, Walmart puts out those shirts for $5 that say, like, kiss me, I'm Irish. Or like what they do at Halloween. They do those ones that are like, I'm just here for the booze. Like, they have something at your price point. Put on something green. Let people see. A scarf. A corsage, a boutonniere, something, a little ribbon, something where people can see it. Nobody cares about that mystery. Oh, it's only underwear. Want to see? Take it out. Show us right now. Let me see your underwear. Pull your pants down right now. I want to see. Don't tell me. Don't threaten me with a good time. I've been around for too long. I want to get lucky. I want to see it. Show me them underwear. Show me them meat and potatoes. Show me that corned beef. That's what I want to see. I've got this whole jar of coins right here, and I'm going to take these out. I'm ready to buy. I can go out there and say, come on now. Show me them undies. I can make it rain. I can make it rain with my coins. If I want to do it, I will do it. And you know what? It's like, what do you have? We had Caswell here. Caswell was here on a very decorated episode. He said $90 to see them feet. $90 to touch them feet. Really? How much for $180? What do you think I'm going to get? Because I got the money. Look at this. Coins. coins, all for me. It could be all for you. Don't threaten me. Don't tell me, oh, my underwear are green. You know what's green? Your underwear are probably green in the fucking middle. It's fucking dirty in there because you don't wash good. That's why. Why does St. Patrick's Day have to be so campy? Why do we have to get so drunk specifically on St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day sort of is like the sibling to Cinco de Mayo. People are just getting drunk. They're just camping it out. They're just doing whatever they want to do. I mean, I brought a picture of a green cat because I couldn't think of what else would be celebratory when it comes to St. Patrick's Day. Why not? I brought this from my home dressing room because I couldn't think of anything else. This isn't really a pot of gold, but if I did have a black pot, you wouldn't be able to see the gold coins. I spent a lot of money on these gold coins at Dollar Tree, and I wanted you to see them. I wanted you to know how serious I take each holiday. You know, we just had Valentine's Day, and that is when we're emerging from that little January break of not decorating for the holidays. The trees are gone. People aren't thinking about Christmas anymore. We start decorating for Valentine's Day. Once we get here, we are off and running, but it has to be campy because there's nothing romantic or traditional or beautiful or recognizable that people could put out that looks realistic. Now we are looking full stream ahead at Easter, and Easter, balls to the wall. For me, Easter is not a day. It's kind of another season. So you're going to see all kinds of pretties up here, and I have to have them. I have to have Fabergé eggs. I have to have a sheep or a ewe, or I have to have something up here that says countryside. You have to think about how you're laying everything out. What is it saying to people? I want you to see my collection, right? Because you're not welcome in my home, but you are welcome here in my office. And so I want you to see some of these things that you would see in my home if we were very close. I'm going to bring them here. And when you start seeing episodes end of March, beginning mid-April, expect to see some of the same similar things that I'm proud of. Because like Christmas, it's going to be a bit of a season. It's not the same. It's not very scary Delta. It's not very merry Delta. It's very, oh gosh, what would the word be? It's very he is risen Delta. It's very that. It's very Christian woman. It's going to be very pastoral. It's going to be very Kenny Loggins in a robe, in a picture frame, in your family's hallway. It's going to be whatever that Jesus is. It's just not going to have that much Jesus-y, but it's going to be Jesus is the reason. Well, it's not. Jesus is the reason for the season is Christmas. Jesus is risen for my hisin. Like, I don't know. It's something. We're not there yet, but we're going to figure it out. There might be an Easter basket. There's not going to be any eggs because we still can't afford them. But we could paint some of the leftover potatoes from St. Patrick's Day. We can paint those potatoes and put them out. Nothing is going to stop us from celebrating the holidays. Nothing is going to stop. If I could get this together specifically for one day, imagine what we can do when we don't have to be campy. We can be glamorous, luxurious. We can be very Easter, and it's going to happen. And then what happens after that? Mother's Day, Father's Day. We don't really need anything special for that. We need what could we do for that? We could do a sort of mother, like a mother and a baby, something. And then for Father's Day, we could decorate with cigars or a bookcase, or I don't know. I can only think of stepdad stuff. Maybe I could be here and I could hold the flashlight under the car, kind of like you would do for your stepdad, and then get in trouble for doing it because you're not doing it right. That's my own thing. That's trauma. I don't want to do that. But maybe you have the same trauma and we can share in that for Father's Day. You know what I mean? A lot of dads are bunk. Then we have 4th of July. We're not girl bye. So 4th of July never needed to be a celebration. We never needed to do it. Never needed to be happy about it. It's completely gross. I am not on board with it. I don't want to hear fireworks, the red, white, and blue. Good luck. Don't sing that country song to me about whatever it is that's happening. I'm not on board with it. And honestly, the food's not all that great either. A lot of these barbecues are not hitting, and they just haven't for a long time. Once we hit 4th of July, it's going to be over for all of you people because it's time to start getting ready for Halloween. And we're getting ready early this year. We are going to start in fact, we're going to start getting ready. I'm honestly going to say June. And then next year, 2026, we are going to start getting ready February. I want to know why Valentine's Day isn't considered a more goth holiday anyway. Like there's romance, love, blood, a beating heart, red lipstick, sex, sensuality. That is so goth. It should be, you know what is so goth? See's candy. Have you ever been to a See's candy? If you painted everything in See's candy black instead of white, what would be there? A haunted picture of like an old lady, a old vintage cart, people walking around in sterile outfits, sorting out things, putting them in pretty little boxes with black bows and handing them to you. I'm telling you right now. I heard somebody talk about it recently and they said they agreed with me that See's candy is more goth than going to Hot Topic. And I believe it. You know what I thought about doing? I have not been to Hot Topic in forever. I have a lot of merch shirts from drag cons bygone. I want to fold them up and then just put them on the shelf in Hot Topic and leave and see if anybody tries to buy them. I wonder if somebody would. That would be kind of sickening. That's punk. That's punk. That's the punk attitude, right? We could have a punk Passover. Couldn't we celebrate punk Passover? We're not leaving anybody behind for these holidays this year. And every year for this next 4 years, we're going earlier and earlier to the point where we might just go ahead and cancel out Christmas and just keep Halloween all year round. And I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. We might have to. We might have to do that. This desk has to be together. It really does. And this doesn't make me as happy as it should because it's not fresh. I want to see fresh. It's fine. It's cute, but it's giving very DMV person who decorates it. It's giving very cubicle. Do you know what I'm saying? It's giving very Weight Watcher meeting where they like set up the display and then they just are like, oh, you've got $5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's cute. I'm not saying it's not cute. I'm just saying it's not fully me. Like, I don't feel fully immersed. I feel very, I don't know. I want to feel like Hannah from the countryside. I want to feel like, what's a good name? What's a good Irish name? A real good one. One of those ones that's hard to pronounce. Like, there are some names out there. And it's like the letters don't even match up with the sound. You know what I'm talking about? I want it to be that. That's how I wanted the desk to look. It's not there. It's fine. It's cute. I did this for you, not so much for me. I wanted you to know I'm putting in the work. You know what I mean? I'm putting in the work. My pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is a large French fries from McDonald's because I'm hungry. Because I've been here all morning. I've been wanting to push this narrative on you that we are all going to be so lucky. Well, you know what? We control the narrative. And you can't wait for luck. You can't wait for the fickle finger of fate. You have to plan accordingly. You have to get ready. And I know that Cocked and Loaded in that dressing room is my app, my McDonald's app. And it says on there, any size French fries for $1.49. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get it. Go in there with this. And I'm going to say, hey, Jack, what'll 2 bits get me? And there you have it. I'm going to get that large fry. And guess what else I might do? I might buy a second one. Because you know what? 2 large fries constitutes a whole meal. And that is what's going to be for me at the end of the rainbow. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break. Today's guest is a bug. Okay, ready? Hold on. Bruce, what was that in my ear? Okay.
Bruce.
questions? Here we go. Today's guest is a single season girly from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8. It's the one and only Laila McQueen.
Hello, Delta.
Hi, were you from Season 8?
I was. Vintage now.
Right.
Now.
I want to keep saying Season 9, but it wasn't Season 9.
I was vaguely on Season 8. I was in the first episode, the second, the finale, and the beginning of the third episode when they said previously on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Stop it.
So, 4 episodes, airtime, I'm telling you.
You know, the last time we saw each other, we were performing some of our greatest hits in a buffet.
I went there again recently.
You did? Did you have a good time?
It was great. We were with Thorgy, and she spent all of her money at the casino.
Okay, same casino?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
I had a wonderful time. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be fun just because Kasha, the whole group, always puts together a really cool event.
Every time Mrs. Kasha Davis is like, hey, do you want to come do this gig? I'm like, yes, I know you will. I know it will be easy, fun. You are all competent, lovely adult people who do shows and have worked with drag queens and worked in drag. So I'm like, yes, I will always do those gigs.
There's just certain people where I'm like, if they say something, I'm like, for sure. Yes. And then there's other people where you're like, that one is going to be so full of shit. Like,
oh, there's some gigs where you're like, oh, I know I have to take this. But then you do like okay, what bullshit's going to go down? Am I going to have to bring my own mirror to this dressing room?
Well, you had to bring your own mirror here, but.
I did, but that's because I wanted like a fancy, like one of those Gen Z mirrors, you know, with all the things.
Are you Gen Z or are you millennial?
I'm millennial.
You're millennial.
I am.
I'm a settler. I was here a long, long time ago.
From Ireland or?
Well, I was going to ask you, McQueen, are you Irish?
I'm Irish and Italian. That's why I look like a hairy potato in and out of drag, actually.
A hairy potato?
Mm-hmm. I'm built like a tuna can. I'm wider than I am taller.
I have a friend that likes to say when somebody stinks, they smell like an old can of Whiskas. You know Whiskas cat food?
Whiskas?
Whiskas.
That's very New England. Whiskas?
Yeah, because that's the name of it.
Isn't it Whiskers?
No, it's Whiskas.
It actually is?
It's Whiskas.
What is that thing that's happening right now? Is that where you remember something one way and it's actually all these, like the Fruit of the Loom thing?
Oh.
What is that?
We're having an earthquake. Oh, no. Oh, well, we are having an earthquake.
Currently?
I think so.
I could go tonight. I've had fun. I look gorgeous. I could hit it today.
We're having, what is it called? The effect.
The Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Oh, sorry for screaming.
Do you believe in those?
I don't know what I believe in anymore.
Right.
You know?
Well, you said Fruit of the Loom. Do you wear Fruit of the Loom underwear?
I do not.
Did you ever?
No. I feel like the briefs are very like Brad and Rocky Horror. Like they're like tight, but also too large. Like they're just really not accommodating.
Like the sides are like this tall.
It's in Rocky Horror when Brad gets into his underwear, it doesn't go past his belly button, but there's like a foot between the bottom of his bulge and the waistband. It looks very bizarre.
And that's just not it.
It's not it. It's not for me.
It's not the Irish way.
It's not for me. No.
We're here, but now we're here.
We were there. Now we're here.
Right. I always, whenever I reference the show, I always like get it confused. So I'm like, they were there. Where are they?
I have a playlist of all the songs that we performed there. And I think I called it like, Was There? I don't know, something dumb like that. But you, me, and Raven are the only Emmy winners from Drag Race.
There's no one else?
Just the 3 of us.
But there are other drag adjacent people, obviously, hairdressers.
Oh, well, totally.
We work with them, right?
Fags run the creative teams in Hollywood.
Yeah. Where do you keep your Emmy?
I have a 1-bedroom with a little like dining room, but it's my like work room, like makeup room. So I have a big green bureau that has all my makeup on it, and there's all these makeup brushes, and I have it elevated in the middle of all the makeup brushes.
Do you have that interesting box that it came in?
Oh, no, they didn't offer it to me.
What?
When I went and got it after we like stepped off stage, they didn't offer me a box. But also, we filmed season 3 of We're Here. The last episode was 2 days before the Emmys. So I flew out with all of my We're Here stuff. And so when I went to go back, I was like, this is coming on my carry-on. I'm not just throwing my Emmy in a suitcase and hoping the airlines are nice with luggage.
Right.
So I wrapped it in my dirty laundry and put it in my carry-on.
Did it hit the sensors or anything? And they were like, what's that?
Surprisingly not.
Huh, that's interesting.
However, when I was leaving the other day from Boston, I have this little belt bag that has just like a zipper on it. It's just a regular zipper. Took 3 people. They thought it was a tiny knife. I was like, this is insane. This is nuts.
They've got to be bored. Honestly, at this point, they have to be bored.
TSA will make up the rules based on how they were feeling that day.
Oh, 1,000%. Speak on it. Tell me.
No, I feel like no one really talks about that, but there's like the TSA rules. And sometimes I used to work in customer service. I used to be a waiter. I used to work in a restaurant. I do not like to inconvenience and be rude without cause to people who are working at a job they don't want to be at. I want to make it easier for them so it's easier for me. So TSA, I try to do everything. And sometimes they are just in a mood.
Well, my experience is that I believe that the TSA is under this impression that we also are given the same handbook that they're given at each location. First of all, no matter what airport you go to, there's never a guarantee that there's going to be a first class line for security.
No.
Sometimes I'm like looking for it. And I'm like, I'm missing it. They're like, we don't have that.
Some airports, the person who checked you in is doing security and checking you into the flight.
Yes.
But one time there was like the person screaming at you to not have water bottles. And then there's this older gentleman who's like making sure the bags go through. And I was like kind of flustered, getting all my jackets off and things in. And I forgot that I was wearing a shirt that said silence equals death with like the pink triangle, like just like a Keith Haring black t-shirt. I thought I was wearing just a black t-shirt. This older gentleman leans in and just says, you know, a lot of people want you dead. A TSA, a government employee just told me everyone wants me dead.
Wow.
I was like, I'm sorry. What? He's like, they're going to try to keep you silent. I was like, could I ask for some context?
Wow.
And he just pointed at my shirt and I went, oh, I forgot I was wearing that. And then he kind of gave me a little like, don't stay silent. And he's like, it's tough out there. And gave me like a look like he's like,
but without the context.
But I was like, oh my God, an old white guy at TSA told me everyone wants me dead. That's unnerving.
Well, I didn't know until recently that
everyone wanted me dead.
That everyone wanted you dead. I thought it was just me. But what I didn't realize is if they have like the dogs sniffing you, you're supposed to already know that means don't take your shoes off because they've already smelled your shoes.
How are we supposed to know any protocol with the dogs?
What about when you go to pick up your bin and they're like, don't touch the bins. We put them back now. So you put them back in Sacramento Airport. But if I go to San Jose Airport, you're in trouble for like, what is it? I don't work here.
This woman, I left Toronto and this woman, I mean, the way they dug through my bags, and she goes, I was traveling with some makeup because I painted Bob while I was there for something, and just a little bit, not a ton. And she was like, why does one person need so many toiletries? I'm like, why do you care?
Right.
She tore my bags apart and then was like, here, and then like was like, I'm done with this one. So I went to grab the tray. She's like, do not touch the trays.
Right.
I was like, okay, you're just in a bad mood today.
You know what it is? I mean, maybe it's not every one of you, but it's the majority of you. You just didn't have the nerve to take a test to become a police officer or a deputy sheriff.
Do they take tests?
Agent. I don't know what they do, but it's like they're on this power trip and like they peaked in high school and they're just so mad that they're like, I've got to bully you because my life is so horrific. Instead of just being polite and saying, hey.
I feel like it's easier to be a cop than it is to apply at a restaurant, or you have to put in more hours to do hair than you are to be
1,000%,
which is insane.
That's 1,000% true. You can look it up. It's 1,000% true.
Like that's not me doing a bit. That is like actually true, especially state by state. Mm-hmm. And if you do hair in one state and then move to another state, you have to do more hours or do some certificate changeover.
Challenge their boards. Yeah. It's a real fucking thing. You're not lying. It's like, and we all deal with shitty people all the way around. You worked as a server for a time.
Like 11 years.
What was that experience like?
It was like a breakfast and lunch place. It was in a town that was by the beach. So it was like one of those, it was in a very bougie town, but it was diner food. It was not bougie food. It was just the people in the town had a lot of money.
You think you would hate me if I was there ordering food? Do you think I would be awful?
You have too much self-awareness to be that horrible to service workers.
You know what it is I have too much anxiety. Like I talk all my shit here, but then when I'm one-on-one, all I can think is these people are being treated like shit day in and day out. They're not being compensated properly. No. Their working environment is horrible.
Like this one woman came in one time. We have big signs that say on weekdays, it's a Tuesday. Breakfast ends at 11. Mm-hmm. It's 1 p.m. And she's like, can I just get like this like wild omelet? I was like, we're actually not serving omelets. She's like, well, why not? It's like, because we're not. So I come back and she was like, can I just get a side of caviar? I said, where do you think you are?
She did not ask
She
for that.
did. She said, I had it in Boston last night. I'm like, so we're not there right now.
We're not at that establishment.
Girl, some of the customers that came in were wild.
Does she want you dead also?
Probably.
I think so.
Who doesn't?
Huh. How? How was the hair? Let's take a break.
Have you been to that bratwurst place in downtown LA? I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm not German, but it looks like Wurst Coochie.
Wurst Coochie.
They have great dipping sauces.
Okay,
Big,
I
thick
haven't
fries.
been.
It's great.
I've been told I have great coochie, so I don't know if I would be the place for me.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to tarnish your reputation by being seen at Wurst Coochie.
Right.
You know?
I have been to a Hofbrau in downtown.
Oh.
Yeah, I applied for a job there.
Is that the origin story of this podcast?
Well, part of it was very that. The location was very that.
I see what you did there.
We are back with Laila McQueen, talking about customer service, being a server. I need my omelet at 1:00, even though it's
with caviar.
With caviar. That's the other weird thing. Do you have any small fish that you want to fry?
Constantly.
It could be anything. Minimal. Usually the more minimal and petty, the better.
I think the people who run 5-minute crafts should be in prison.
Wait, what is that?
You've never seen the 5-minute craft videos?
No.
I'm very susceptible to rage bait on my phone. And 5-minute crafts is like, look what home decor you can make with this toilet paper roll. And it's someone spray painting a toilet paper roll and then drilling it in nails into their wall to put pencils or something. And I watch all these videos. I know they're going to upset me.
Mm-hmm.
My body does not allow me to look away from them. So I just sit there being like, I think you're horrible people.
Have you ever made one of those crafts?
No. I feel like my brain, I feel like the more I watch them, my brain is turning into a 5-minute craft.
Well, you know what's weird is when somebody will take a video of someone talking, I don't know, Teresa Van Dam. I don't know if you know who she is. She's like a hairdresser that does skits. They'll take her material and then they'll take somebody else's material of like smashing cans or making a craft. And then they'll just put them together. And you're like, whose video is this? Oh, you just stole everything.
What is this?
Why?
You know what's also weird about social media? I think about this all, being a petty person who I love to, if I could get paid for complaining, the amount of property I would own. Oh my, abundance everywhere. I love to complain. But I think it's weird when people tell the internet too much information.
Okay.
And not in this way. Like, this is a different platform. You know, people just get on and just volunteer so much thoughts and opinions in a specific way that's not entertaining. It's not like they have a following. And even if they do, sometimes I look at people who say certain things online, especially Twitter. I think Twitter, I don't go on Twitter at all, or Blue Sky or X or any of that. I stopped doing that a while ago. But I feel like I look at all these people and go, do you not have friends?
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm thinking a lot of the same things theoretically. It's just when you put it on the internet, it's like a hog pile of strangers' opinions. I'm like, I'd rather just call my best friend, say all these horrible things between us, and have it be that.
I think it has to do so much with people not having friends or not having the self-awareness and thinking as long as they get any kind of attention, even if it's negative, it's somebody paying attention to them.
It's kind of weird to me.
It's so sad.
I think it's weird. I read things. I'm so susceptible to rage bait. This is still rage bait. People posting too much of something I don't want to know. I'm like, why am I looking at this?
Right.
Call your friends.
Right.
You don't like this performer? Oh my God. We all as queer people and drag queens, we have certain spaces that are for us and that we hold sacred for work and community and like as a safe space, like in bars and clubs and venues. But we also don't actually all like each other. And that's okay. I don't think it's phony to be cordial with another queer person that you don't really particularly like, but you know you're sharing the same space because you're still community. I don't need to go on Twitter and rip you apart. I can say hi to you at the club. I don't think it's fake. And I will call my friend tomorrow and be like, oh my God, her breath smells so bad. Did something die inside of her?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And there's, those people who have horrible breath all the time in the club, and they're always the ones that want to talk as close and as open mouthed to you as possible.
Because they want to go, girl, bitch.
It's so, like if you're in the club and it's so loud, you kind of like talk to someone like ear to ear. So you're talking in their ear and they're talking in yours so you can hear a little better. It's always the people with the rank breath. You're like going down and they're turning around to get into your face to be like, no, girl. Oh my God. Every time. That's when I say, oh, I have to go help so-and-so in the dressing room. There's no dressing room. There's no show. She's not there, but I have to get out.
You have to get out of it.
It kills the mood.
You have to get out of it.
Everyone, bring mints. Put them in your purse. They have those Listerine strips. They're so tiny. They fit in your wallet. Gum, please.
What if you got a Listerine strip and then you put a Tic Tac in it and you made like a taco and you put it under your tongue? The
more mints, the merrier for these people. Someone said to me, they're like, well, all these fags are just out here eating ass and not brushing their teeth. That's why it stinks. And I was like, that's sick. That's sickening.
That is sickening.
That is sickening.
Oh, like sickening gross? No, I thought it was sickening.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah. Yeah, the house always wins.
Maybe that's why they want to talk in your face. They're like, this is my badge of honor for a amount of asshole
my
I've had
badge
in my
of
mouth
honor.
today. Badge of honor.
Gross.
I poop from there.
Do you ever eat at Cheesecake Factory? And if so, what's your order?
I have a bone to pick with them because
Please.
they love to remove items that I love.
Oh
they used to have these like, it's like basically chicken tenders, but they were pretzel. It was pretzel crusted chicken.
Ooh,
that
sounds good.
It was like fried chicken breast that was crusted in like a pretzel, like a crushed pretzel breading. Oh, it was seasoned great. It was delicious. Took it off the menu.
Why would they do that?
They changed the zucchini sticks too. They're huge. The breading falls off.
Oh, like the pieces?
They used to have them
I don't
in
like that. I want smaller.
They used to be small, and now it's basically like, sometimes you order fried pickles and they come as spears instead of the chips, and it's like, well, this is ridiculous. This is too much.
So where do you like to eat after the show?
I like diners.
Will you go in drag?
I'll take everything off but leave my face on. Because taking the makeup off is like a process, and I kind of like how I look.
And you've been warned by the TSA that people want you dead.
So I might as well just do whatever I want.
Right. Just go out looking beautiful.
Since everyone wants me dead, I might as well look gorgeous.
How long does it take you to do your default makeup face? Like if you just knew, I only have this amount of time, this is what I'm going to throw on.
I could do an hour and a half.
Really?
I think I did for when we did that brunch show, and I accidentally took a nap and then got up and got back in drag.
Wait
to go out that
a minute.
night.
So do you have you have like a show face, but you don't have like a date face? You couldn't throw on like a 20-minute date face?
I mean, I could, but now that I'm this bearded monster, it's a little more, I like to be a little more artsy and intentional.
They don't care. When they show up, I
haven't done
spoke
that.
to the girls.
The next time I shave, though, puss will be delivered.
Think that you knew that was the word I was looking for. It's just that little like a.
I love when Gia Gunn posted when she said, "Pussy wears pumps and cross-dressers wear flats."
I am a cross-dresser.
Oh, I'm CD.
Yeah,
not right now. I'm wearing a slutty stripper heel.
You wear brutal shoes.
I'm basically a drag king now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a drag queen anymore. I'm
CD.
I'm a talk show host, and so I have to dress like, if I want to be in that world, I have to dress in that world. This is a different look because we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, but normally
straight pride.
People cannot tell. They just look at me and they're like, I thought you were a cis hetero Joanne Fabrics woman.
Are they going out of business?
Somebody said here's my question. They're closing like 500 stores.
Okay, but
I didn't know there were
like
500 stores.
There's probably still 500 more.
Where is everyone going to, like, people want to sell. Like, we're near hubs. I'm sure. I don't know if there's a place in Chicago where there's like a garment
There's a couple
area.
Places. It's not as extensive as Los Angeles or New York, but we have more than just Joann's, for sure.
What if you're in the middle of Utah and you want to make a dance costume?
And I know
someone?
Walmart's, the super Walmarts have a fabric section, and they do.
Come on.
I feel like you have to scream and threaten and cry to get someone to consider coming over to cut fabric at Walmart.
They will not come.
There's never anyone over there, ever.
I never thought that in 2025 we would be in a place where like toothpaste, socks are all under lock and key. I went to buy socks. I was like, I just want some. My socks are blown out. I'm already here in the store. Let me just go buy some plain black socks under lock and key. What makes something rock and roll? What makes it punk?
Oh, I don't know. I think there's a big spectrum of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just tend to like 80s things and not alt, but like the like emo alt, classic rock, 80s rock. I loved how, honestly, like 80s rock, I loved how faggy they all looked.
Oh my God.
It was all so camp, but I think being punk rock is such a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think about that a lot, like with Dragula and the way they talk about and have certain contestants on. Like, there's some contestants that go on where I feel like people give them shit because they're not like spooky sometimes, or like the public does. But I'm like, yeah, but living in America and being like a trans woman that does drag and does it so in your face and so like expressive, I was like, that is like, I think that's punk. I think that's like an outward expression in a way that's like not really giving a shit what others think. I think it's more of a mindset.
I 1,000% agree. I mean, you could be wearing whatever it is that you wear, but
Subversive, is that the word?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
I mean, it's controversial in the viewpoint, and many times it's like just living authentically to other people is so dangerous, and it's like, I'm not trying to be dangerous. I'm just trying to do my thing.
Rip tights. That's it. That's all you need.
Well, right, exactly. I think that's what people, or like when people will see somebody wearing something dark, they're like, oh, you're goth. It's like, is it? Is that goth? Because I feel like anyone I know that knows goth is like, oh, if you're saying that person's goth, like, what goth do you mean? Are you talking romantic goth?
Right. Because
you know what I mean?
There's people who are like, I'm goth, but it's also like, no, there's like actual goths. And then there's like, I wear black and I love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very that. It's very
Someone said that to me once. So like, your drag's very Nightmare Before Christmas. I go, that's not a compliment.
Oh my God. I want to die when I hear that. You know what I hate is when people go, what's your drag aesthetic?
Oh my God.
That word, aesthetic. What's your aesthetic?
Do the way drag queens talk now drive you crazy? Can you take it seriously?
It's tough for me. It's tough. I know people probably don't like the things that I say, and I'm fine with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's the idea of like trying to use like this verbiage in a conversation without actually having a conversation. I'm like, what's the meat of this? What are we talking about? Because it sounds like a lot of catchphrases, and that's it. And maybe it's younger people trying to figure out how to be authentic, but just be authentic.
I think Drag Race, because of its popularity, has cultivated what feels like a bigger generational gap between how drag is done, because it's been so popular and going so fast. Like one of the girls on this season right now, she said she's 22. That means she was 5 years old when the show had season 1. That's crazy.
There's just, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a place where maybe they've only been around the televised Drag Race.
Probably.
Not saying that person, but just people in general. I think, like you said, this gap or whatever. If they haven't been around other people watching them move through drag, and
it feels like that, and it's not all bad. This is not me like talking shit or like bringing people. It's not like criticizing, but there is like the way drag queens have come up and the drag that they've perceived, the way they're doing drag is different. And you can really notice it when you're in a dressing room with certain girls that were like, oh, you just started doing drag, or you came up on Drag Race drag. And then there's other girls where it's like, oh, we've been in the trenches.
Yeah.
Come stand on this crate for 3 people and do 7 numbers, and you can get ready in the kitchen. Yeah.
There's a lot of that. I mean, I always fear coming off so preachy about like drag race, this drag race, that you should have done this, you should have come up this way. And I don't really hold the space for any of it. And I know you don't either, because, if you're fierce and you're having a good time, That's the bottom line.
Truly.
And there's room for every single voice and every single way. But I do feel bad for people that have no other reference point than edited television.
Totally.
And so that makes it hard because I'm thinking you probably contribute so much more, but you're trying to fit in those confines of like.
I agree that they should break through that.
And it's like, I don't know where they can. Maybe they don't have any other outlet. So it's sad to see that. Like, I don't know how to fix that. Not that I can fix that or we should fix that.
It's just kind of like, it's not something, you just gotta have to go out and have more experiences.
Right. When you perform, do you go like this?
I try, sometimes it happens, I try not to put my hands in my mouth.
Like, I think when I go through life, I don't do that. But that's like a thing.
Only during the Adele numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The
brunch, the buffet brunch mix. You know how I do
the
it.
Thunderpuss brunch Adele remix.
While surveying, like, are those
I
pigs in a blanket?
fire to this puss.
Right.
Yeah.
I should put that into a mix.
You
I
should
have that made.
That'd actually be really great.
I'm going to have to change it up. Got to keep up with the kids.
With the kids.
With the kids. The kids are doing drag, honey. The kids are doing drag. Honey, kids are doing drag. What's your aesthetic, honey? What's your drag character? Oh my God, if somebody one more time is like, well, that's not my drag character. Please, for the love. Let's take a break. We are back with Laila McQueen. Now, this is the part of the show called Read Me Delta. People will send their letters. You know how it goes.
I'm familiar.
Want advice. They want acknowledgement. They want to shed light on a subject that we may not have thought about. And if you want to send a letter, you can send it to readmedelta@gmail.com. And maybe it'll make it on here. Yeah.
Read me Delta!
Dear Delta and scintillating guest. I think scintillating is a really good word for you because there's always levels of
scintillating.
Because there's levels of like
I love
sparkle and like all of that. It's just like
I was putting so much on. I was like, you're not under stage lights, but I was like, I still need at least 6 different glitters on me. I don't know if it shows or not, but
it shows.
Does it show?
It shows.
Is it showing? These movements are very like that drunk woman who it was her birthday 3 weeks ago, but she's celebrating tonight at the drag show. She's shit-faced and she's doing the like, she wants you to take the dollar out of her mouth, but you're like, I'm not doing that. So then the next number, she's like handing you the dollar, but then taking it away and being like, and then going like this. She's like, she's handing it to you and you go to grab it. She takes it and she's going,
rubbing it up and down her body. Like, you know what? I live off of it and I need it and I appreciate it. And I appreciate your generosity, but it's $1. Like, I really appreciate it. It's $1.
It's one of them.
It's $1, dude. Like, seriously. And I'm not knocking anybody, and I'm grateful for every one of them. But please don't make me beg like a dog. Like, please.
Do you feel like when you cry in drag, if you cry in drag, that the fact that you're in drag and now you're crying, you feel really silly like a clown?
I don't know. I don't think I've cried much in drag. I've become wistful before, but never really like a full on like, blah.
Sometimes sobbing in drag. It hasn't happened a lot, but I'm like, I feel kind of silly that I'm in drag right now.
What would make you cry in drag? What would happen? What has happened?
Not having a caviar with my omelet.
Yeah, I was going to say people want to be dead. Hello. Not knowing that the dogs already smelled your shoes and like, it's like...
I mean, the people wanting me dead at this point, I'm like, have some follow through already. I mean, I've
been telling people I've been trying to give my body to the sky. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing everything in my power.
Heaven's Gate didn't seem like such a bad place.
I mean, there was at least...
Is that too... Should I not say that?
There was hope. They had hope.
I just feel like it was a cult for sure, and they all, it was tragic, but also I feel like the leader was like... I felt like it was a gay couple who was too scared to come out in a lavender marriage who said, we don't really like the earth. Let's get out of here. On paper, without context, kind of makes sense.
And they all had sweet matching shoes. So that was like...
And I do love a dessert and a dessert poison. It says right here is a dessert poison.
I was fucking hate you. I was just going to say... It says right here. Okay, I'm a high school English teacher in a large American urban public school district, and sometimes I like to pretend that I'm on RuPaul's Drag Race in my classroom. Every week is a different challenge. I do workroom walkarounds, and when I give a group project, I love to hit them with the ladies, in this week's challenge, you competed as teams, but tonight on the runway, you will be judged as individuals line. Here's what I have to ask. What about high school is very Delta? Which subjects are the most very? What's a very Delta cafeteria lunch? Which clubs are very Delta to be in? What could we as teachers of the next generation do to make schools more very Delta? I thank you for your consideration in this matter, as your voice is essential to guiding the next generation towards a future both stylish and comfortable. Gracefully, very Mr. Alexander.
Oh.
Well, what about for you? What's very high school?
Well, first of all, when this person said, I like to act like I'm on Drag Race for I imagine this person in high heels standing in front of a classroom full of children, not being able to talk, knees shaking, no bathroom break, rushing the kids around to wait for the lesson plan, even though everyone's ready.
Right. And when they're getting to eat something, there's no food left.
On ice, everyone, hard ice.
Yeah. Miss Alexander.
What did you ask me? What about high school?
They want to know what about high school is very Layla. What's a very Layla lunch?
Well, I think I may or may not have had an eating disorder in high school, so I only ate bagels every day.
Okay.
I love a bagel. It's just I shouldn't just be eating that for. I would hang out with all the goth girls and all the lesbians and just eat bagels. Mm-hmm. That felt like very. I also took I made friends with all my teachers. I didn't really do real work. Mm-hmm. I didn't read a lot in high school. I just would like make cool paintings, and the teachers would be like, "Oh my god, this looks great for this project." I'm like, "I know, right?" My high school. This is a very Layla high school. Do you remember all those years ago that movie on Lifetime called The Pregnancy Pact?
I do remember the movie, but I don't know that I saw it, but I remember the movie.
It is based on my high school. When I was a sophomore in high school, all these newscasters and people came around. All these girls were like, yeah, we formed a pact to get pregnant together.
What?
That actually happened.
And were you part of the pact?
I keep trying, but it just never takes.
I don't get it. There's something in our blood.
I'm not a scientist. So
right. That's why people want us dead.
But that was my high school experience, was a lot of art classes, a lot of getting out of schoolwork by being friends with my teachers, and pregnant girls everywhere. When
I was in high school, definitely from like sophomore on, again, friends with teachers, definitely became friends with teachers. Definitely president of the drama club, definitely editor of the school paper.
Did you get any superlatives in high school?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, were you in the yearbook as like, class clown, most likely to da-da-da-da? Did you get any of that?
I think the only standout was that I was on the King of Hearts court.
Someone was telling me, because I started doing drag in high school and I did it for all my like art projects. And someone was like, oh, I think we're going to vote you most talented since you're like such a great artist and you do all this. And then I ended up in the yearbook as class individual.
They were trying so hard to be safe with that.
Graduating, I felt like Nathan Lane when he's leaving in the birdcage. He goes, well, the monster, the freak is graduating.
They wanted you dead even in high school.
See, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Have some follow through. It's been like over a decade.
Yeah.
Time's ticking.
I think honestly what we're getting at is like being able to definitely have the respect as an instructor, as a teacher, as a mentor, but also providing that sort of safe space in a way where students, especially those sort of marginalized students, those weird kids, quote unquote, have a place where they can go and just kind of feel like themselves. I think that's so important.
I mean, just be authentic and give these kids a reason to also feel authentic. I've had a lot of teachers in the past that outside of the like actual bad education I got, it's just I got away with so much and I didn't learn anything. Which also, why aren't we learning how to do taxes? Why do I need to know what a covalent bond is? Teach me how to do taxes. Anyways, but a lot of teachers, like especially in college and also in high school, looking back, who like were doing a lot just to pump us through. And then there was the few who actually were like just nice enough and giving us the space to be our own person
1,000%.
That I remember. And so like even like these little treating it like RuPaul's Drag Race, like it's silly, but for some people that's going to feel like, okay, this person's giving me some level of authenticity rather than I'm at my job doing my work and pumping us out. And
1,000%.
that's going to give kids room to breathe and feel better.
Dear Delta and astonishing guest, I have an issue with establishments not paying or giving their entertainers a laughable rate. This has been an issue since the dawn of time, and I know it's a topic of conversation on your show before, but I feel like I need a bit more of your insight. I'm a 24-year-old drag entertainer in Michigan, and $75 seems to be the median rate for a few gigs there are to go around. But I've noticed a certain trend going around, not just in my city, but many others. Competitions. Now, don't get me wrong, I like to compete. It can be a fun way to meet new queens and show off your talents to individuals who may have not seen you before. But it seems as though venues are taking advantage of the high demand in drag entertainers and the low supply of venues willing to facilitate such talents by making every show a competition. I've seen this trickle down to paid gigs, venues only paying performers $20, or get this, discounted drinks for 2 numbers. What should I do? I like my state and the drag family I have here, and I don't want to move. I don't want to burn any bridges by declining any gigs. Am I being dramatic and ungrateful? What are your thoughts? I know this isn't very Delta. Highest regards, Marlon C. Well, you don't want to move. And let me tell you where you don't want to move to is Los Angeles, because $75 sounds like a lot of money, because the average going rate in Los Angeles is $50. And I have no problem sharing that with you because I have worked as the producer of a show before in many locations, and that's the budget that's afforded to me. Now, I will tell you, in full transparency, that's not what I was getting paid. I was getting paid more than that. And anybody who would fill in for me as a host, Drag Race or not, was getting the money that I was getting. But I made sure that everybody who worked in the show was clear. This is what the pay is. This is what I'm getting paid. And if I ask you to come in and fill in for me, you're going to get paid what I got paid. I think it's bizarre. I think it's shitty. I do understand that a lot of places are making everything a competition because they know by word of mouth, your friends are going to come cheer you on. That is the idea of a competition. We're selling alcohol.
Also, I mean, competitions I do think are important
Yep.
for you to get into drag, practice drag, get into the scene, get seen, meet people. Like, that's how I came up doing drag. I did every competition and I won them. And they're like, we're just going to have you work here now. Over years, I do think that's like earning your stripes, being like an entertainer and working in local nightlife. But bars are never going to have a good budget for us.
You know, I know that local drag has taken a hit, especially when like everyone was talking about the drag bans, and you know, because you've literally traveled this country and seen it from inside out, and you've performed in it, and you've seen it as a crew member, doing makeup, as an artist, so many different ways. It's taken a hit, but I do find it strange that for anyone who identifies as a local entertainer, and I still consider myself a local entertainer, even though I know I'm also a national entertainer as well. I'm both. And so I'm not above it, and I will get below it. I have no problem with it. I have bills to pay. Everything pays something. However, I do think it's a little bit strange that the local rate, I can only identify with Southern California, is the same as it was when I first started doing drag.
No, that's pretty much how it is.
It's exactly the same rate.
It's insane.
Yeah. There's always a finger, too, being pointed at a lot of these venues that say, like, well, you're just not getting the people in here. You got to start promoting. A lot of these places don't even have a poster in the bar letting people know that their shows are even taking place.
What's your part?
Yeah. What's your part? Where are you going? Like, I'm so confused.
I also can't help but think, for as long as I've been doing drag and makeup and all these things, the amount of time we spend in preparation, in supplies, in time that is not compensated.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, well, you get to the bar and you're getting paid for these these 2 numbers while you're here. It's like, but you're not getting paid for any of the prep, for the hours it takes to do your makeup. If you're making your own outfits, your hair, like It's so much work. Also, discount drinks.
No, girl.
Get fucked. Are you kidding me? Selling one drink for $14 just paid for the whole full bottle of Tito's at that bar.
Yeah.
They are not losing money by you having 3 free cocktails.
Right.
Also, stop charging entertainers for Red Bull if Red Bull is giving you free Red Bull at the bar.
1,000%.
You've got to be kidding me.
1,000%. When I look at all of these things, you know, we had Cornbread here recently, and Cornbread was talking about what goes into a rider. And she was like, you know what? Can we get a bottle and enough shots for everyone in the show? Enough cups for everyone in the show to share the bottle.
Fierce.
That's it.
That's fierce.
To
that's
say,
nice.
like, and it's an acknowledgement of saying
that's some shit that will make you last a while.
Yes.
That's some detox stuff. There's a reason detox has been working so much and so frequently.
Prostitution.
Well, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Selling her body, of
Yeah.
course. Well, actually, I feel like she gives her body away for free more than she sells it.
Right.
You know?
You know, she created this number. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. She holds a purse like this. Have you ever seen it? You'll see it one day. She's going to start taking it around. For people to see.
Is it new?
It's new.
Yeah.
It's new. And I think it references the 80s. Have you done anything 80s before?
I've heard about the 80s.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. Like how many seasons ago was it?
The 80s? Well, a lot of people died.
And a lot of people want me dead.
They want you dead.
A lot of people.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is so fun.
Oh, before we go, I did bring a customer gift because everyone's always bringing you gifts.
Oh.
And you are a gift.
Oh.
And it's a gift to be here. Oh my God. Imagine if I really talk like that all the time.
Can you imagine? Sister.
Sis. It's giving gift.
Sis.
No, but I brought you a little.
Thank you. Can I open
something?
it?
Please do.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
It's a Christmas ornament, but it's Halloween.
Goodness.
I do have to admit, I have a bunch of these that a friend once gave me.
Oh, it's so sweet. Do you know I have a new kitten?
That's why I picked the cat one.
I'm dying. And
I was like, it's Halloween,
her.
it's Christmas, it's a cat. I was like, this
is so thoughtful. Thank you.
Of course.
This is going up in my room.
I also got the orange wrapping paper with this bag because I was like, this is giving lesbian flag.
Well, I'm definitely going to use the bag again.
Love lesbians.
I love it. Thank you.
Of course.
Today on Very Delta, we learned that even with a $50 drag budget, you still can have omelet wishes and caviar dreams. Until next week, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. Have you ever seen the Jessica Savage story? She was a news reporter in the 80s who was a lesbian, and she would go like this. Okay, we are live. That's what she would do. Jessica Savage. Savitch. It's a real thing. Jessica Savage. Not to be confused with Jessica Savage, which is my stripper name, but Jessica Savage.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.